Many things are happening in Nigeria, my people. Hey, God, only in Nigeria would you see this kind of things happen. Maybe God started, performing miracles in Nigeria. This is just so funny. Anyway, guys, you already know why we are here. You can imagine a person who has been sent to life imprisonment and who is expected, to leave the prison come October was seen at an immigration office trying to process his passport. You might be wondering, you might want to ask, how did he get the money since, he has been in prison for so long? How did he even get to immigration in the first place? All of these we are going to take a look at in the rest of this video. But before we do that, guys, if this is your first time here, or you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? You don't want to miss the juicy news we have for you in the rest of this video. So please subscribe. Give this video a massive thumbs up. That way we encourage to keep giving you more reliable and authentic news. Turn on the post notification bell as well. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section below. Let's continue this conversation over there. And lastly, without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. The Nigerian Correctional Service, NCOS, has launched a full-scale investigation after a convicted armed robber, Aruna Ayo, was discovered processing a passport and visa at the Nigerian Immigration Service office in Lagos. The bizarre incident took place on Wednesday, May 19, when warders from the Kirikiri Maximum Security Custodial Center in Apapa transported Ayo to the NIS passport office in Festac Town under questionable circumstances, according to Punch. Ayo, who was sentenced to life imprisonment for armed robbery, later reduced to a 21-year term, was reportedly due for release on October 11, 2025. The report also indicated that on the day of the incident, he had been among 5 inmates selected to perform many attacks at the residence of the officer in charge of a custodial facility. During the outing, a subordinate officer, allegedly acting on orders from a superior, instructed the supervising warder to hand Ayo over to him. He was then taken to the passport office, where immigration officer grew suspicious. While waiting to be attended to, the warder escorting him became impatient and said, "I need to take him back to the cell." That statement triggered alarm among immigration officers, who detained both the inmate and the officer and escalated the matter. A source told the publication. The Nigerian Immigration Service reported the case to the NCOS Lagos Command at Alagbon. As a result, at least 2 correctional officers, including one identified as Femi, have been suspended. The real culprits are not being punished. This is a system issue and many people are involved, the source lamented. Further investigation reveals that Ayo had been using medical appointments as a cover to secretly process travel documents. One official disclosed that he had claimed to suffer from a health issue requiring treatment at a hospital near Festac, a claim now under scrutiny. 3 separate medical evaluations had already confirmed that he was fit. He exploited this loophole to move around freely. The hospital in question is also being investigated for possible complicity. Let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. What do you all think of this? This is not even quite. This is very, very absurd. Imagine that. Only in this country, things are happening. Things are happening. Things that would normally not happen elsewhere, would normally not happen in other countries, would surely happen in Nigeria. I've heard of issues, I've heard of circumstances where people will be sent to life imprisonment and then they will still be outside roaming freely. That is why from when I was growing up till when I became an adult, my parents will always tell me, don't look when things are happening and maybe an accident or a robbery incident just happened. Don't say you want to go and look at what is going on. Go your way. Don't just stand there and be looking, Lagos lookers, because it is those Lagos lookers that the police will eventually come and pick up when they get there. Even though the real culprits and armed robbers have, escaped. They'll pick up those people that are looking, those people that are the onlookers, and then they'll use them to replace criminals and say that they are the ones who committed the offense. There are a lot of innocent people rotting in jail, and the real culprits are out there roaming free. This is the kind of country we are in. How can an armed robber, who is supposed to be in prison and who is preparing to be out by October, be processing a visa? Be processing visa, you can imagine. Be trying to get a passport, which means he's even planning to leave before the end of his time in prison. Abi, is that not the end goal? And I'm very sure that he would have, settled some high-ranking prison officials. That is why he's able to, go to immigration to apply for visa. You can imagine, corruption is not just in Aso Rock, it's not just in Abuja, it's not just, with politicians. It is all rounder. Government officials, government employees who are employed by the government and are expected to deliver, by giving their optimum performance. These people too are corrupt, not just politicians in this country. You can imagine a criminal, how did he get the money? Somebody that has been in prison for a very long time, for about 21 years. How did he get the money to process a visa or passport? How? Anyway, guys, before we go, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. The first comment I have here is from Rosemary, and the who says, although, okay, as it says, Yoruba start with evil and corruption, 5 and 6, caused evil generation. What do Yoruba plus? Oh my gosh. I think that a lot of people are so engrossed in these Yoruba versus Igbo fights, just because I now understand that, this has now become a thing where it is always, the ethnic group of the person that has the representative in Aso Rock versus other ethnic group. During Buhari's regime, it was usually Hausa versus Igbos, Hausas versus Yoruba. And now it is Yoruba versus Igbo. But sometimes people should learn to be calming down, because this has nothing to do with ethnicity. I don't understand. Why do you have to bring ethnicity into every little thing? We are talking about corrupt government officials here, and you are mentioning Yoruba. I don't understand. It's just so sad that, most times we leave the more pressing issues and we start to dabble into irrelevant ones. Sanusi says, armed robber gets doings like this. Imagine serial killers and kidnappers. Imagine if an armed robber could pull this off. Imagine serial killers and kidnappers. People like Evans may likely not be in Nigeria by now. I don't doubt it. Oh. Another person says, but someone that's due to set free in October can still go out and come back to the prison with correctional officer. Go out and come back where? To go and party, Abi? I don't understand. Hey, okay. Solomon says, you can see how some of these law enforcement officers have systematically destroyed Nigeria. I am sure this practice have been on for years. This practice have been on for years, and other bastardly acts as well. Not just this. You remember the Bobrisky case that was supposed to be in prison but was in an apartment close to Kirikiri, just enjoying and chopping the life of his head. You can imagine. Pascal says, why should a condemned armed robber be freed or given freedom? After all, he did to the law-abiding citizens. What is the reward for being crime-free? Our government is not trying, Godwin says, since Tinubu get mind, change our national anthem, I knew that Nigeria is not going to get it right. Lastly, a comment from Kelvin says, Femi, the problem of this country came from this surname. They don't have any other thing doing save this type of fraud. It is well. Anyway, guys, please leave your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.